All right, guys, welcome back to Mark Anthony's Music Picks, episode 49. Today I'm going to go over 4 tracks for you that are a little bit more on the sleeper side of the dub techno spectrum. These are going to be maybe some artists and tracks maybe that you've heard of. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that I'm picking a little bit of the less obvious tracks here. And for anybody that's getting into dub techno recently, these will probably be totally new to you guys. The first track that I want to cover is by a pretty well-known artist in the dub techno community. He also makes kind of dub techno hybrid, and that is Maleo. He did a track called Anamorphic Canvas that's on this compilation here. The label is Other Heights. And there's 2 other tracks by 2 other artists on here, but Anamorphic Canvas totally stole the show. I remember first playing this at my old house 10 years ago. This came out in 2011, and I couldn't get over how low and crisp the sub was hitting. It really felt like it was just maximizing my speaker's power on the low end, and it just sounded great. In addition to that, it has a really ghostly melody that just kind of cruises and rides in the background, almost like you're in a graveyard. And imagine like the scariest melody that you could imagine, or for like a graveyard scene, and that's what this sounds like. It's just totally crazy. The track's gotta be 9, 10, 11 minutes long. It just takes up the whole A side, and it's just a beauty to sit and listen to. You can still get this for cheap, 10 or 15 bucks. So if you're looking for like something new to add to your catalog from, maybe a little bit back in the day, this is the way to go. My next recommendation is one that I discovered in 2014. I went to a club called Hacienda in Philadelphia, and I went and saw Bill Patrick play, and it was a very nice set. And during the very early stages of his set, around 11 p.m., he played this. This is Infinite Loops, and the track that he played, he kind of like broke the track. I feel like he helped this track get popular, was Wave Hunt Eternal. It's a very club-oriented dub techno track. It's long, like 10 to 12 minutes long, and it just has a really nice effect that it creates. Like on the dance floor, I noticed that everybody's just kind of like swaying back and forth, almost like rhythmically, like windshield wipers on a car. And it's because, number one, he played it pitched down, so now when I play it, I like to have it pitched down because that's how I first heard it. But there's some space in between some of like the kicks sometimes, and it just kind of creates that like back and forth shuffle effect on the dance floor. And I always thought it was just a really unique track. Nobody knows who Infinite Loops is or are. At least it's not listed on Discogs. He or she did another vinyl after this and a digital release, but I don't know that any of them ever came and touched the quality of Wave Hunt Eternal. If they did, definitely let me know if I missed one, because this one, I remember I was totally addicted to it when it first came out. Next track is by two relatively new artists in the dub techno community, and that is Sibling and Heavenchord. Sibling started making music, I believe, around 2017. It's a duo. It's two guys from Italy, and Heavenchord started at least releasing in 2015. Both of those artists are primarily digital, so I remember seeing their names mentioned on forums, but because I'm mostly a turntable person, like I'll buy CDs every once in a while, there just wasn't anything for me to really like sit and listen to other than YouTube clips, which I remember thinking that they were nice, but it's like I don't listen to YouTube in my car or at home, really. So, yeah, so anyways, the track that I like on here is called Overcoming. It is traditional dub techno, and it has a really nice melodic effect kind of riding through the middle. But when you listen to it, it's kind of hard to discern what the producer did to create the effect. It kind of sounds like when Rob Modell sneaks the melody into one of his more recent deep chord productions, where it's just sort of like lurking in the background, but it creates like a nice soft touch to it. This is one of maybe two vinyls that Sibling and Heavenchord did. It might even just be one vinyl and one CD, but I have both of them and their quality. So if you like your dub techno straight up, like something along the lines of maybe Gradu or just old school classic deep chord before it got, before Rod went solo, I think this would be something that you would want to try out and see if you like it. Last but not least is another unknown artist, and this came out on Freund der Family, which means friend of the family. This is a recent release, and this thing is knocking, man. I feel like this is gonna blow up. I know I just got it this week, so I have to be careful. Sometimes you think when you get a new record, you think it's the greatest thing ever, and then the hype wears off, but I just have a feeling that this one's really gonna stick around. It's a double pack of really nice marbled vinyl, little 10-inch vinyls here. And the track that I like on here is called Respond, which happens to be the one that I just pulled out here. And I was wondering why, I was like, why do I like this so much? And I started listening to it, and it has almost an identical bass line to Maurizio's M7, which is one of my, specifically M7 B-side, which is one of my favorite tracks of all time. So I was totally vibing to this and jamming to it, and I couldn't figure out why. And I was like, that bass line sounds so perfect and familiar. Where do I remember that from? In addition to that, whoever the producer is added like a cool shaker, and the track just has like a nice rolling vibe to it.
Being established throughout this whole Western Hemisphere. The old Philistine time will begin to work like this.
The rest of this pack, like I'm telling you, this is a 5-star pack. You can go and get this on Juno right now. You can get the black version for like 24, 25 bucks. I really feel like this is gonna go crazy, so check this out, at least sample it if you're not gonna buy it. All right, that's all I have for today, guys. This is going to be a shorty. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any picks related to the artists that I just mentioned, and enjoy your Thanksgiving. Take care.